Hello and welcome to BELTRAIDE's Mekwita Business Industry Chat. Guest today will be a very special person, Miss Vanessa Johnston. She is the Director of Training at Voyse International. Again, welcome Vanessa.
Thanks for having me here. It's a pleasure as usual.
Absolutely. Again, we just wanted to extend this invitation just to get a little bit of feedback in regards to, the BPO industry and the dynamics and changes that are occurring given the times of COVID-19. In today's segment, the industry chat, we want to talk a little bit about, the evolution the BPO sector has been going through. The BPO training has been a success for BTech, and we've collaborated in many efforts in the past before. Do you feel like it's been beneficial for participants that has gone through our trainings and ventured into working with Voyse? Have there been some type of changes you'll observe with those agents compared to the ones previously just, having no idea of it or indication of what to expect when working as an agent in a call center?
Okay, well, first of all, I guess I've been involved with the process of training, being here, and
right,
and understanding that you guys formulate these solid curriculums based on your liaising with the industry and in this case the BPOs, right?
Absolutely.
So most definitely, I'd have to say that for the agents that we have taken on that were a part of the training, you do see that they are better groomed and able to tackle and produce and do everything that's really necessary to excel in that post. Okay. So without a doubt, I know that the trainings work, right? It's a great aid for those that are new to the arena, and a refresher for those that have maybe been in the centers before, because you guys not only tackle technical, but I think a lot that is lacking too within the industry and within employees is the soft skills, right? So that marrying the two of them and that combination is excellent and has proven very fruitful with some of the employees that we have that did go through the program.
Amazing. Just because we are aware that the dynamics have changed, I keep harping on COVID-19. Unfortunately, it's something that's impacting not only employers, but persons from getting hired. I know for a fact the industry in a whole is one that is still resilient during these times. What would you say is the new skill set or the new talent in the case we do have a viewer, viewing and they feel like they have full potential but might have that hesitation there because they don't have full knowledge? What is the new skill set you would like to share with our audience that may be a plus in, enhancing while you're looking for employment?
For sure. Without a doubt, COVID-19 has been a roller coaster ride.
Absolutely.
It has had its ups, believe it or not, and for sure its downs. But as it relates to the new normal, I think at least with Voyse and with us, this was from April when it all started. It was amazing to see how our center mobilized from 200 plus agents in a center to ghost town because everybody was working from home. So I think that was triumphant for us.
So you guys pretty much transitioned from working remotely, and it wasn't necessarily keeping a skeleton staff.
No.
It was having the entire team.
Everybody, most definitely everybody, because our employers and our leaders saw the need for to safeguard our health, right? So that was without a doubt one of the changes that we underwent, and that was awesome to see.
Right.
So that was the first, little stepping stone. Everybody's home, and of course it was just testing it out, right? There were areas of opportunity that could have been improved. Some agents excelled. I am amazed by some whose productivity levels skyrocketed being at home. Because I think not just for us, but in general, we have this little stigma of you work from home, you're unproductive.
Okay.
And I think we shot that down, and we know that, and not for everybody, of course, but for some people, it has benefited them greatly, right? So much so that a change that we might foresee in the future when we do hopefully get back to normal is that being afforded to some of those individuals as a perk. You want to work from home, you proved yourself. If you're wanting and willing, that's something we'll extend to you So I think that was amazing.
Now, just to touch real quick, I like the fact that, you mentioned that, there is the possibility, there is a talent there to transition and work from home. However, what are some of the challenges you've observed during, being the director of training? You had to zone in on those specific areas to keep your talent, up and being successful at what you're doing. What were some of the challenges you could identify some of the agents were having in transitioning, working from home as opposed to in the office area? I like the fact that you said, a lot of persons, it was new because we're so used to working in an environment where, you clock that card and it's business time. But when you're working from home, you're not only managing your work, your clients, you're managing your home life as well. What were some of those, I like to use the word challenge that you've seen in some of your agents or had to coach them through per se?
Well, I'm sure I don't have direct agents under me, I'm sorry, but definitely with dealing with our operational staff and listening to their concerns and the areas of opportunity that they brought to the table. It all depends, right, on different circumstances. But I think for a lot of the agents, it was exactly what you had mentioned, and for all of us, right, especially with those of us with kids or maybe other people in your home environment.
Yes, the home environment, the noises,
Right, it was a different routine. So at first we were up in arms and we were, Marcelli, I hear your dog, I hear your child, let's cut that. And then I think from a training perspective too, we spoke it and we hashed it out and we said, everybody is going through this, right?
Right.
Some things might be unavoidable. Of course, we weren't saying, just sit back, blast the TV and the radio. You do need your quiet space. But when those unavoidable, things happen, it's just to humbly apologize, right, to the customer. You heard my dog. I'm so sorry about that. I'm working from home. You must have been too, building
it's
that
just
rapport.
building that rapport and, letting them be aware that it's something happening.
Yeah, so initially it was those tackles and telling the agents, try and find a quiet spot. It might not be possible.
Right.
Myself, being at home, I don't know when they're going to chop my neighbor's yard, but it's going to happen and I'll just excuse myself and you're going to hear that in the background. But it's the life we have now, and I don't think it totally detracts from your productivity. It's just the pivot you need to make to be better.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that response. Being that we're talking about the talent and, new hires, what are some of the biggest challenges agents face transitioning working from the work environment to working remotely?
There are a lot. And for us, we have instituted several communication channels, because at first it was, we need to communicate. We're not in the office. I might not be seeing you physically there, but those channels of communication need to remain open. So it was advising our managers, our team leads, you need to have these huddles, as we call them, whether you figure out what your cadence will be, weekly, daily, but you need to touch base with your people. Okay. Right.
So, in other words, I'm asking as well, because as we're having this conversation, again, like I shared earlier, BTEC, one of our strongest training is the BPO sector training. And we are looking to launch several trainings in the near future, in the upcoming months, as a matter of fact. However, again, we are just more so moving along the lines and just trying to condition individuals as what more to look for. I think working remotely definitely comes with its own dynamics, meaning that you'll have to be very savvy now when it comes to working more so on a computer. You're going from navigating to different sites now into troubleshooting and team Microsoft team meetings daily, so
Teams, the Zooms, the Googles.
So it's definitely going to take a special skill set to tackle those technicalities, so to speak. One more quick question I do have for you before I lead. Where do you see Voyse transitioning, or what is the next big step that you guys are looking to move forward into? I know for the most part, Voyse is the only call center here in Belize City that is loans processing, so to speak. Are you guys gonna try to get insight here? Are you guys gonna spike and go to maybe something along the lines of IT support or any new additions to the center in a whole?
As in campaigns,
client clients?
I don't believe so. We are what we call a fintech company. So we're a financial technologies company. We have several clients, but it's one portfolio and it's one line of business. And believe me, that we have a handful, dealing with that, and we're very happy with that portfolio as it is. As it relates to changes, we just moved to a very new and nice building, the Keystone building.
Okay.
We have a couple of floors there. We're looking to expand. Of course, COVID has put a damper on some of the plans, but we're still here. We're still working. We're still 24/7. Our agents are clocking in and are working, and we're hopeful that the future will just be bigger and brighter.
Nice. And again, I like the fact that you did harp on and you mentioned, the agents have transitioned and they're up and running and working well. So if you guys are setting that bar, it is a possibility that it can absolutely be something straight across the board. Well, thank you so much, Vanessa, for joining in and having this chat with me in terms of the BPO sector and just offering some insight as opposed to, what the new talent and what is the new skill set necessary once you are, actively looking for work. Don't be afraid. Join in BTX training. Like I mentioned, we will be running some BPO training specifically in November. And of course, we are looking forward to having anyone sign up. But thank you so much once again for being a part of this.
I like it. As usual, it's always a pleasure being here.
Awesome.